Folks, I am furiously writing book number 5, the last book in the series. Book 4 is about to be released. As soon as I get all the beta feedback in and incorporate that, and to make decisions about that one way or another, I will be working on getting that published for you. So, what you may not know about this series, and I think I know I've said this before, but Clancy Mountain is a generational saga. It spans approximately 54 years from the first book all the way through the 5th book. So, it's a small town, suspense, a little bit of romance in there. It's not a romance novel per se, multi-generational family saga. And a character, for instance, a character you meet in book number 1 is still there in book number 5 after 54 years. So, you know, the young whippersnappers become the elders, so to speak. But, you know, it's been compared to several series, and I think the top one so far that I've seen would probably be Virgin River by Robin Carr. The next one would probably be, it has a lot of similarities with Kay Brat's Heart's Ridge series, and some have compared it to Mitford series. I think lesser, in some ways it's lesser toward those than that one than the other two. Now there are other series too that I have come across. I think Jeff High, his name's Jeff High, wrote Ware Valley series, Small Town Tennessee, that kind of thing. But Clancy is a small town at the base of Clancy Mountain in northeast Georgia mountains. And the setting is actually a few miles east of me, maybe an hour and a half east of me. It's a fictional town, it's a fictitious town, not a real town, but it's patterned after the area. And I've lived in the area for 24 years now, and I know my parents used to come up here on vacation, or well, in the fall to see the leaves, you know, see the changing leaves, that kind of thing, like a lot of people do. And so I had some experience briefly with the mountains up here, but after being in the military and us being stationed in both Colorado and Utah twice, I'm a mountain girl, and so that's what I write about, is the mountains. I'm not a flatlander, and I don't have any affinity for that kind of area like Florida or something. You wouldn't find me in Florida. But this series really mirrors the insular, sort of locked-in community, the protective spirit in Virgin River, and it has, and it begins in the end of book 4, and it brings in some real drama, some intense search and rescue action, and that kind of thing, and it's, you know, there are some exact parallels with the Heart's Ridge series by Kay Brat. Let me see, how do I say this? There's a tight-knit, well-established community with foundational families and newer residents of Clancy. There is a parallel, a pretty close parallel in a lot of ways with Heart's Ridge by Kay Brat. I've never read the actual series, but I have read the blurbs, and I've read partial excerpts from it, and I can easily see the similarities. There's the thing with found family, you know, family that's not necessarily by blood, the found family, and then you have this tight-knit mountain community with a lot of loyalty between acquaintances and friends, and a love for the town, and then we bring some dark forces, which happens always over time in a small town. So, you know, you start with Iris's in September, which has an emotional recovery arc from a woman who's 50 years old, unexpectedly losing her husband. And immediately, almost immediately, she decides she's selling this house in the suburbs and she's moving to the mountains. And this is where she lands, is in this community. And she becomes a really good part of the community, really thriving, and it's a thriving friendship that she develops with certain people in town. And so it goes against, so by the time you get to book 3, Chosen Ground, you've got some serious issues and dark forces and crime moving into Clancy. And it causes the family, the community family, to unite against a common foe. For the common good and against a common foe is the way I always say it. And in book 4, there is, I guess, the backdrop of one thing. There is a sort of a slow burn romance. It's one of those romances that kind of develops when one of them is not emotionally ready for a romance, that kind of thing. And it's clean. It's very wholesome. And anyway, it's I think it's pretty good. It's like a someone is healed by she goes from trauma to being healed by the closeness and the love of this community, and especially this young man. So we've got that. I guess you would call that a trope. You know, a trope is just one of those classic things that happens in a book. So there is a massive overlap between Hart's Ridge and in my series. The main difference really is that throughout Kay Bratt's books in this series, her books are really anchored to a particular deputy sheriff, a female deputy sheriff, and sometimes it feels more like a police procedural. Whereas in Clancy Mountain, this is being a generational saga. My focus is broader, and it's more grounded in the town's history and the land, Brewster's Farm in book 2, and the founding families. And it's pretty organic, this book, this series. And in doing the research, it was called sort of a combination. It was like a modern day Virgin River, which Virgin River is modern day, mixed with a grit lit thriller. And the drama gets larger, but it also changes to different types of drama. And in book 4 that's about to be released, there is some obvious symbolism. There's the romance that threads through, starts very slowly, and threads throughout the book and increases to something more than friendship throughout the book. Even though the book is not a romance per se, but there is a symbolism there, and it involves rare things that need protecting. So I think you would enjoy this book, the book 4. If you've read book 3, if you're already up through book 3 and you're just waiting for book 4, tell me who you think is going to be the main character in book number 4. And very soon, very, very soon, when I'm about ready to publish, I'm going to come and reveal the cover and the title, of course, because it's on the cover, and what the book is actually about. And book 5 is going to ramp up the drama even more. I hope it gives somebody a warm feeling that friends like we see in books 1 through 5 even exist. Families like that even exist. And they are real families. They're not perfect, and they have their human flaws, but they have values, and they have a core sense of self, and they don't apologize for it. And I like that. So I've already written 2 short stories related to secondary characters in these books. And I'm going to, I guess I'll play it by ear as to how many stories are going to go in the short story collection. I think it depends on the length of each short story, because a short story can be from 1,000 words all the way up to 10,000. And then after that, you're going into novella territory. Or some people say there's a novelette between that and novella. I don't know. I don't know. But I guess it depends on your take as to which it is. But these short stories, I don't plan for them to be less than 2,000 words. Already the first one, I think, is about 2,700 words, and the second one was about 2,400 words. I don't plan for them to be shorter than that. Possibly some will be longer. And they are going to go into, I may publish one of those or send one for free to someone to read in a PDF form before the collection comes out. But the collection is going to be all in one book. And my son was here yesterday, my author's son, and he's talking about putting 1 through 5 in a collection, in a boxed set. And I said, well, I'll have to figure out how to do all that. That comes later. I'm not even finished with book 5 yet. So, but I would like to do that. Honestly, I would like to sell 1 through 5, the entire series, as a set one day. I don't know when that will be. But anybody who read these and left a review, God bless you, because it is like pulling teeth to get anybody to leave even just a star review. You know, I'll say, I'll give it 4 stars or whatever. It's hard to get people to do that. But I really would love somebody to give it a star or a like or something, you know, just something. Now, I also have asked for help in meeting Draft to Digital's arbitrary threshold that they put on even first-year authors. And I am within one ebook sale of making it. If I have to, I'll buy the thing myself. It won't save me that much, but at least I'll have made it and not have to pay the maintenance fee. So I may buy that thing and gift it to somebody. I don't even know. But I hope somebody, between now and the end of the month, somebody will buy one ebook of this series. If you haven't read the series yet, you know, I think most of them can stand alone, but it really helps your understanding and your enjoyment of the entire series if you have started with book 1. Because some of the same characters end up in book 2, and they're new characters, and then book 3, there are people who go through that one too. There was one person who starts in book 2 and is live all the way through book 5. A couple of people are still, you know, one from book 1, one from book 2. You know, I'd have to count to see if I'm accurate about how many is there. But this does span generations, and some people love that. They don't like. It's just multiple different stories told in the same town with the same sheriff and the same this and the same that. And so if you really like that kind of thing, where it's not Pollyanna-ish and it's not Hallmark Channel-ish, you might enjoy this. So that's all. I want to get out of here, but I just thought it would be good to remind people that this is a generational saga, and there is a time span between books 1 and 5, all the way from 1 all the way through the end of 5. Which I'm still not done writing yet, but I kind of know where it's going. So, take care, everybody, and put your comment below, please. Tell me, are you a fan of generational sagas, or do you prefer more like the Hart's Ridge, where it's the same setting, it's just different? Like that one's like a different police cases, different cases to solve, and with the same deputy sheriff. And in mine, there are deputy sheriffs. There's a sheriff. There's a corrupt sheriff. There's a changeover in the hierarchy in the sheriff's department in Clancy through time, and as you know, through time, if you start out with people who are almost middle age or about at middle age in book 1, you know darn well that some people are going to not make it all the way through book 5. Everybody cannot live to 100 years old. So take care, everybody. I'm out of here, and yeah, please consider these. Please consider them. I'm having the best time writing. My husband has become, to put it bluntly, my husband has become completely crippled now. And I have used these books as therapy, as a way to channel the way I've been feeling about certain things through these stories. And it's been cathartic. Honestly, it's been very cathartic. And if any of you have written something like that, you understand what I'm saying. You understand it. So take care. Comment below. Bye.